7 claps for me, day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dragons! The team screams out from our small huddle in order for our voices to be heard over the wind. We ready ourselves for the battle royale about to take place against our arch nemesis, the Hutchinson Tigers. Our top 2 singles and doubles teams matches start, as only 4 courts were available for the match that day, and the rest of us go out to be their support system. The Tigers were undefeated, and by the middle of my match, it looked as though it would stay that way. This was the day I performed at my best, not only for myself, but for my entire tennis team, something I never could have done in years past. By the time my match was ready to begin, I didn't know how much my team would need me to pull through just yet. Throughout warm-ups, my strokes felt smooth and controlled, my serves went in with ease, and my volleys were solid. I won the spin to serve for the first game of the match, and my mental state was steady. My opponent blatantly struggled with the swirling wind on the court. Her serves often fell short, leaving her exposed to me taking sharp angles and using strong pace in order to end points quickly. A strong backhand, down-the-line forehand, an evil Avery Stillwell-style drop shot, and a floater crushed in the back corner. Game. I took advantage of my opponent's clear frustration with her shots and finished the first set with an almost effortless 6-3 score. The second set, however, started with 0-2. I was bewildered. The shots that had been so consistent and solid the first set had completely vanished, and my opponent had suddenly found control over hers. The momentum had shifted, almost as quickly as the wind changed direction on the court. I found myself in a position where I could have been fighting out a third set, but that's the last thing I wanted. So I took a deep breath, tapped my racket on each foot twice, and settled into a low, athletic, returning position. As my opponent set the score, 2-0, I spun my racket once in my hands. The serve came in swiftly, but I was ready, and I sent it back cross-court, hard. She ran, and she popped the ball high and short, and I moved into the net and crushed it into the back corner, ending the point. As more matches around me finished completion, more parents and players came to watch mine. And soon, after every point, the team of the player who had won it erupted in cheers. In that moment, I knew my match was important. I narrowly fell to my opponent, 4-6 in the second set. I wanted to win. I looked to my fellow captain standing behind my court, Veda, and asked, "How did everyone do?" She replied simply with, "We need this." I had wanted to win. Now I had to. I'd been in this situation before, and the results were poor. My freshman year, Naraya and I played second doubles for our tennis team. In a close match against Delano, it was up to us whether we won or lost. We fought it back from a love 40 score to deuce, and consistently went back between add-in and 40 all. Both teams were anxious, the players watching from the neighboring courts and the parents biting the nails from the grass. We lost the next point, making it for the first time add-out. And if we lost the following one, we lost the match. I took a deep breath, and the opponent served. I missed an easy return to the net with everyone watching. Everyone's faces fell, and we shook hands with our opponents. I took a deep breath again, shook my head as if to shake away the memory, and told myself I would do better this time. I took a long drink from my water jug and prepared myself to battle. I wiped my hands, my forehead, and the handle of my racket on my towel. I dreaded the thought of a tiebreaker in front of almost every parent and player, but I had no choice. I stepped onto the court, and the tiebreaker commenced. Shortly after starting, I found myself overwhelmed. The Hutchinson tennis team was immensely obnoxious with their cheers. My shots were not going as planned, and soon I found myself down 4-7 with my mental state in the gutter. She passed me the balls to serve. I stepped up to the line, dribbled 5 times, set the score 4-7, and served. Ace. My team cheered, and I was lifted by the outcry. A winning overhead and a losing backhand into the net, 6-8. A beautiful down-the-line return and a gorgeous drop shot, 8-8. A double fault, 9-8. A missed return, 9-9. Failed drop shot, 9-10. I have to win this one. A winning volley, 10-10. Another double fault, 11-10. One more, just one more, I repeated in my head. We played the point safely. By this time, the sun had come out. It was hot on my skin and radiated off the court. She hooked me out wide with a cross-court forehand, and I lobbed it back in order to give myself time to get back into position. She ripped the ball at my feet at the baseline, and it went just long. "No!" I screamed. My team cheers, I smile, and I run to shake hands with my opponent. I won. Throughout my match with the Hutchinson Tigers, I had many ups and downs, but in the end, I played at my best for myself and others. Not only did I have to battle the swaying momentum between myself and my opponent, but I also had to fight through changing weather conditions, the unsportsmanlike cheering from the opposing team, and the pressure of knowing that my loss meant my team lost too. Throughout the match, I showed perseverance, maturity, control, and personal growth from my younger years in tennis. Now I know that whenever it comes down to me, all I need is my head in the game and 7 claps for meet day. So do it with me, because it is meet day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dragons! Thank you for listening.